Rated M for mature.
John Garcia Shelton, producer. When we're starting a game like Legendary, we really are starting with the breaking of the world, and we want that to be in one of the most recognizable places you can have, like New York City.
Steve Skelton, lead designer. We've seen New York attacked by monsters and other creatures and natural disasters in movies and TV a lot. And what we've done in Legendary to kind of breathe fresh life into that is we're bringing in mythological creatures, something you've really never seen before in a modern day setting.
We're able to take these mythological creatures that everyone knows from when they were children and bring them in and have them be a part of that destruction. It's different than having an alien ship come in. We bring something from the world and have that be really the start of the apocalypse. Really following that destruction and chaos, you need to have a transition, and going to a place like Northern England where we can explore LeFay's backstory and his history and where did this all start, it has a natural sort of a sleepy town feel to it.
Sean Paul Eaton, lead environment artist.
One of the big reasons why we go from New York to England in Legendary, number one is story. Story is very important. But as well as, just getting a nice visual break, it's very important to go to a different location which has different shapes, different colors, and different lighting. New York is really the beginning of the game, and we wanted to keep it a little more on the real scale, so people are introduced into the world and it feels real. It feels like Legendary could happen in today. And as we get further and further away from New York, we start to realize that the actual world has broken down and everything is starting to go awry.
What's important to remember is that it's a global event. So when Pandora's box is open, creatures are released and they spread across the entire world, and they're attacking cities and towns and people all over the place. This particular game, we focus on the storyline of the people that open the box and what they're doing to try and rectify the situation. But we still make mention of events that are happening elsewhere in the world, and you'll see little snippets of that here and there to kind of get some clues as to what's going on elsewhere on Earth.
In building real-world locations, one of the first things we do is we'll send a team to the actual location and shoot the entire city, taking pictures of, Times Square, of Parliament, or wherever it may be, and do an extensive breakdown of the layout of the area, the textures of the area, and also doing lighting studies of the area. All this information is brought back to us and then it's given to the design team. And from there, we decide which areas are going to work best for the character's AI.
Usually in the first-person shooter genre, it's a pretty methodical game style. You move forward to a new cover point, you're going to shoot at some guys. It becomes very rhythmic. We really want to speed up that decision-making. I want to make players constantly think, is this a good space to be because this creature's coming at me?
What I hope players take away from Legendary in playing through the entire story of the game and the event of the game is the feeling of having lived through a gigantic world-changing event that changes the world from what was familiar and known into something that is now new and unknown and extremely dangerous. Seeing a scene where a human gets ripped to shreds is very satisfying.